Hello, my lovely students. So in this video, we are going to solve question 1 of October 2024. So you have exams in the month of January 8th, so which is 2026. Let us prepare for that particular exam. So question 1, it says that the line L1 passes through the point A is equivalent to minus 520, and then the coordinate B is given by minus 3 and minus 4, my bad. So the equation of the line L1 giving your answer in the form of y is equivalent to mx plus c, where m and c are constants to be found. Then the line L2 is perpendicular to L1 and passes through the midpoint AB. So find the equation of the line L2, giving your answer in the form of Px and Qy plus R equivalent to 0, where P, Q, R are the integers. So now in this question, so for part A, so we have two coordinates given. Let's write down that coordinates, which is what is given in the question. We have a line L1 passes through the points. So A coordinate is given minus 5 and 20. And then B coordinate is also given 3 and negative 4. So find the equation of the line y is equal to mx plus c. So we need to, we have to find y is equal to mx plus c. So here we have to find the value of m, which is the gradient. And then also we need to find the constant c, right? So now, which is the y-intercept. So to find the gradient, it's going to be simple by using the coordinates. That is, we have the coordinates, which is, this will be our x1, y1, and x2, y2. So we have our gradient m is equivalent to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That's the equation of the gradient, right? And then what is our y2 value from this given equation, which is negative 4? And then what is our y1 value, which is 20? And then what is our x2 value, which is 3? And then what is our x1 value, which is negative 5? So then upon solving this, we will obtain negative 4, negative 20 upon plus 8. That is going to be negative 24 over 8, which is going to be negative 3. So we got our gradient is negative 3. And then we need to find the value of the constant c. So we have our given equation. Let us use any of these points, A or B. So if we use A, which is the value of x is minus 5, and then y value is 20. Let us plug these values in the given equation. Y is equal to mx plus c. So we have our y value, which is 20, and then m value, we just now found that from the gradient. And then what is our x value? Negative 5 plus c. And then if we apply that, we will get 20 equivalent to negative, negative times negative is positive, 15 plus c. So we get our c value is equivalent to 20 minus 15, which is going to be 5. So therefore, we can write our equation of the line y is equivalent to m value is negative 3x plus what is our c value, which is 5. So this will be our equation of the first part, okay? So what is our equation? So y is equivalent to negative 3x plus 5. So this will be our answer, where m value is negative 3 and c value is 5. So we obtain 3 marks for this part. So for part B, so let us solve the part B. Yep. So the line L2 here, the line L2 is perpendicular to L1 and passes through the midpoint. So let us do that point. Okay, so if this is our line L1 and this is our line L2. Okay, so and then our line L1 has the coordinate. Already we know that the coordinates are, we know the coordinates, which is from the part, from the above question, which is -5 and 20, and then our coordinate B would be 3 and -4, right? So that is what we know. Now, using the given coordinate, so we can, okay, let me scroll down. So sorry about that. Yes. Yep. Okay, so we have our line L1, and the midpoint of this line would be using the midpoint formula. So we can find the midpoint of AB. Okay, so if this is our A, this is our B, so midpoint of this would be L. Okay, so this is our midpoint. So let us find the coordinate of the given midpoint, and then we can find the equation of this line L2. So midpoint would be, what would be our midpoint? Midpoint would be, we know the equation x1 plus x2 upon 2, and then y1 plus y2 upon 2. So we know that our x1, y1, and x2, y2. So what is our x1 value? That would be -5, plus what is our x2 value? Would be 3 over 2. And then what is our y1 value? Would be 20. And then y2 value will be -4 upon 2. So we will finally obtain -2 upon 2. And then 20 minus 2, which is 16 over 2, which we will finally get -1 upon 8. Okay, -1 and 8 is our midpoint value. So we got the midpoint, and then what is the we know that we already got the slope of the line L1, which is -3 from part A. Now we know that M1 multiplied with M2 is equivalent to -1, which is the negative reciprocal. M1, we already know that our M2 is equal to -1 upon M1. So we know our M1 value is -3 minus 1 upon -3. That could be 1 over 3 will be the slope of this perpendicular line. So we got our midpoint, that is -1 and 8, and then the gradient of this line M2 would be 1 over 3, which is negative reciprocal of the given given slope, right? The previous slope. So now we can use the coordinate, that is midpoint, and then find the value of the tangent, right? So we know now I can use the equation. Okay, so to find equation of line L2, we can use y minus y1 equal to the equation of line M2 and 2x minus x1. So now we will use this coordinate, which is y minus of, what is y1? 8, which is equal to, what is our M2, which is 1 over 3, and then what is our x minus x1 will be -1. So finally we obtain, that is y minus 8 equivalent to 1 over 3 x plus 1. And then to get rid of this fraction, multiply over 3 on the either side. Okay, so if I multiply over 3 on the either side, so this 3 fraction would get rid, and then this 3 would be multiplied with this 3y minus 24 is equivalent to x plus 1. And then we need to write our equation in the form of x, y, and r, which is these constants. So I will write down x plus 1 minus 3y plus 24, because I'm going to take everything to the other side, which is equivalent to 0. So now x minus 3y plus 24 plus 1, which is 25, equivalent to 0. So our answer would be 3x, x minus 3y plus 25 equivalent to 0. X minus 3y plus 25 equivalent to 0. So this will be our answer for question number 1, part